Hi guys, so today's video had things going on in my life, new changes, and I wanted to sit down and kind of talk about it with you guys. I asked you on Instagram to leave me questions, so thank you so much to all of you that did that. I wish I could feature all of them, but I went ahead and chose the questions that were commonly asked, and it's a bunch of questions about my life, but also kind of advice about a lot of different things: heartbreak, money, relationships, and what I'm doing living in California. And if you are new to my channel, I'm Vivian. Go ahead and feel free to check out my Instagram and all that good stuff, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get started with the video. Alright, so first question I am going to talk about is about heartbreak, and it comes from @Silva1138, and she asks, have you ever been through heartbreak or a broken heart, and if so, how did you overcome it? So first of all, yes, I have. I don't think I've ever actually talked about it very much on my channel. Reason being is I really don't like talking about people specifically on my channel, because I don't like putting people on blast and kind of like exposing people, I guess. I know that's like a thing now, but personally, like, I can't do that. But so to make things clear, like, I am no way trying to do that whatsoever, but I do know that these experiences, I feel like, are good learning experiences, and with that I want to be able to share that with you guys, so that way I can maybe prevent you from making the same mistakes I did, or if you have made mistakes like I did, to feel that you are not alone. I have had these relationships years and years ago. Since then, I don't know if many of you even know who these people are anymore, which is kind of why I feel like it's a good time to talk about it, because it's not like a fresh relationship where you guys are like, oh, I know who this person is. It becomes a lot more about them than what the situation is at that point, and I don't want that at all. With that being said, I've had 2 prior relationships. Both were about 1.5 years long, and both ended with me being cheated on, and that doesn't feel good. And the first time it happened, it was a long story, and just lies upon lies. I was really naive. I was 15, the guy was 21. So, and then the other relationship, I can honestly say that was kind of like my first love. It was really great. It was different than my first relationship, so I put a lot of trust into that person, and it didn't end well. One of the worst things you can do to anyone, especially someone that has spent so much time with you and loves you. It sucks. Heartbreak, I feel like, is so underrated, because it affects like so many different things, and how you see yourself, how you see other people, how you treat other people, how you treat yourself, just the way you go about life in general. Like, so I definitely want to talk more about this in a separate video, because I know that it's really hard, and I feel like it's one of those things that people don't talk about enough as far as the aftermath of breakups, because it can just happen so subtly in, like, you know, movies or whatever. In reality, when it does happen to you, you're changed. So yeah, so there are certain things that I felt like really helped me. I talked about this before, mainly kind of distracting yourself with good influences in your life, like your family and your friends, focusing on the goals that you have in your life that you may have not been able to really focus on when you were with that person. There is just so much more that time and thought and emotion that you can have, that you can spend on yourself and bettering yourself, than wandering the past and dwelling about the past, because the past is the past for a reason. It's there because you're learning from it, and it's not something that you can go back and change, but you can move forward knowing the different things that you can do to prevent those things and to grow from it. Great question, and I would love to answer that more in depth in a different video. Alright, next question. Winnie, and she asks, how do you like the Bay Area compared to Seattle? So in case you didn't know, I did move out of Seattle. I was born and raised in Seattle. Ever since I've had this channel, I've always lived in Seattle. But I've always thought about moving to California, and I'm gonna honestly say LA is just not my scene. I kind of like a slower pace of life. And as far as the weather and the traffic and everything goes, I think that would have been just too drastic of a change for me. How do I like it compared to Seattle though? I love the weather here a lot more. And with it being so sunny here and stuff, it just motivates me to do a lot more, to be outside more. I've been going to the beach, I've been at the pool pretty much every day since I've lived here. And I've been taking the dogs out a lot more, and I've been up and at it and cooking more and doing more things for myself that I know I could have done in Seattle but feel more motivated to do here because of the weather. The food here is so good, and I don't know, I think it's just a different place. And for me, Seattle, I miss obviously like my friends and my family. I love living here, and so far so good. All right, next question is from Safai Nagbi, and she asks, where have you been all this time? We missed you. Miss you guys too. Okay, so honestly, I've had like a lot of things going on. So since I've moved, I've been here for almost 3 months now. In the past 4 weeks, I've always had someone coming out from Seattle to stay with me, and I love it because I don't have that many friends here. So having my friends come from Seattle means a lot to me, and I want to be able to spend as much time as possible with them and take advantage of it, because now that school's starting for most of them and work and all that, and summer's over, I know I'm not going to be able to see them as often. So I wanted to cherish all the moments I had with them, but with that, I didn't spend as much time on my phone or editing videos or filming, honestly. And now I know I will be uploading more. And I don't know if you can tell about my voice, like I've gotten used to it by now, so maybe it's like I'm just used to it, but I have been sick for almost 2 straight months now, basically ever since I lived here. I've just had a really hard time breathing. I'm really congested, and I'm coughing literally all the time. And with that, I've been a lot more drained and just trying to rest up, hoping that this sickness will go away, because I don't like taking medications, and I have a habit of kind of writing sicknesses out until they're gone instead of going to the doctor. And this time around, it's just not happening. Instead, it's getting worse. And I've had bronchitis multiple times in the past couple months. And so my health has kind of been not that great because I'm sick all the time. So I went to the doctor the other day because I did take some medication. One morning it was like Musique or Tylenol or Advil or something. And I took it in the morning when I woke up, and I didn't eat, and my blood pressure just spiked, and I literally was like, I was just out of it. I was so disoriented. It was the weirdest feeling, but basically eat when you take your medication, otherwise your body will hate you. Anyways, I went to the doctor. They said I have really bad allergies. I have to go to a specialist because I don't know what I'm allergic to. I might be allergic to the dogs. Let's hope that's not the case, but it's a new environment as well. So it could be that, I don't really know yet, but that's honestly partly why I haven't been uploading that much, because I haven't felt very well. But I feel a lot better now because I'm on antibiotics, different allergy medications, I have an inhaler, I got air purifier, I'm doing all these different things to try to get better. So I took SoulCycle this morning, so that kind of helped too. I don't feel as groggy, which is great, and I'm just trying to be a lot more motivated and not so in my head. But yeah, and I have made videos and I've edited them, or not even edited them, but I honestly will look at them and be like, this isn't good enough to upload. I don't know, I've just been feeling really unmotivated and in my head a lot. Okay, so kind of along the same lines, another question from Amy Boiler. She asked why haven't you been posting a lot? Please post more. And I don't know, I'm not the first YouTuber to say this, and I feel like it's the same saying over and over, and that's YouTube just isn't the same anymore. Not that I don't know. I guess the community is just not the same, and I miss kind of how it used to be, and I feel like that was a lot now it's a lot different. Because for me personally, ever since I started back when I was 15, 16, now I'm 21. And I've always done kind of like lifestyle, beauty, clothes, videos, and that's like honestly my passion. And now I'm on YouTube and I see just this new wave of different videos, and that being just a lot more about clickbait, drama, exposing, spilling the tea. And not to say like I'm like, oh, shame on you guys, because like that's cool. If that's your thing, then embrace that, because that's awesome. Like, that's what makes you happy, that's what gives you success, that's what engages your viewers. You know what I'm trying to say. If that works for you, like, great. Me personally, I've never ever been the type of person to be into that. Ever since I was in high school, I literally left my high school to take classes in college to get my high school diploma and college diploma at the same time, because I was surrounded by drama and I wanted out. It wasn't something that I wanted to waste my time doing. I felt like it wasn't gonna help me grow as a person. It wasn't what I felt comfortable or happy being around, and now I feel like this like feeling coming back to me where I'm feeling that again, and my instinct is to like run away. And it sucks because like YouTube means so much to me, and I'm so thankful for all that it has like allowed me to do, but it's just like not the same anymore, and I'm having a really difficult time. And this is my first time talking about this, and like no way am I trying to say like, oh, like I hate YouTube, like blah, it's so hard, like, because I know I'm so blessed to be in this position, and I don't know why I can't just like make these videos and put them out there like I used to. I just like, I'm scared, I guess. I'm scared of change, and I know that I'm going to stay true to myself, but with that, like, I just don't know what videos to make anymore, because like I'm looking around and I'm like, old YouTube is dead. Does that mean my channel is dead? I mean, it's not, because I'm still here and I know you guys are still there, but like I see my channel and it's not growing nearly as much as it used to, and it makes me sad. Like, I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys, and I'm not saying that's your guys' fault, it's my fault. And I just know I need to get over this kind of rut and like holding myself back, but it's just really hard because I feel like whenever I do something, it's not relevant and it's not good enough. And the videos I want to make videos like this, where I'm talking to you guys. I want to make videos about my experiences and advice. I'm going to continue to make videos. That's not going to change. But I really just want you guys to know that my biggest thing is staying true to myself. I don't know, I just want to be like a positive influence. Like, life is too short to just waste on drama. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of what's been going on though. Like, there's just a lot of mental stuff. Just comparing myself. I'm on Instagram way too much. I need to, because I'm just on Instagram looking at literally other girls all the time, just being like, oh, I need to do this, or I should look like that in order to be successful, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I never used to do that before, and that's why it worked. So like, now that I am, it's just all in my head, and it's so hard to have this like, this cloud is just over me, just telling me that it's not good enough, that I need to be different. So like, I need to just rid of that, because I've always told you guys, like, anyone of you that wants to start a YouTube channel, like I always told you guys, consistency is key. If you are doing what you love, then you're doing it right. Like, so like, I don't know, I need to take my own advice. I feel like that's the hardest thing sometimes. Like, you can give advice, but really, like, will you take your own advice? But anyways, the point of it being is, I just want to say thank you, because I feel like I've been really poo-poo at this whole YouTube thing, and still somehow you guys are there for me, so thank you a lot. Alright, next question is from Shayna Neal, and she asks, what advice can you give people who want to move out young but don't have the money? Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Hi, baby. Wow. Okay. Oh, Sploot. You can't even see his legs, they're so short. What advice can I give? So, for me personally, it was a lot easier, I have to admit, than most people because I did have YouTube to support me financially. I just never really grew up that rich. I grew up early childhood in low-income housing, and then as I became older, my mom worked really hard, and hard work paid off, and she was able to work higher in her job, but still it wasn't like a ton of money. Like, it was enough to live off of, but paying for college, paying for my own apartment would be just out of the question if it came down to it. So thankfully YouTube was there to make it possible, and having an apartment when I was 18 was something that I never imagined I would ever be able to do that young. So I know how hard it is. I have a lot of friends who obviously don't do YouTube, that may not even be able to afford to go to college, that are still trying to figure out how to move out from their parents' place, that are the same age as me and older, which is like completely fine. Like, it's not easy to have enough money to live comfortably on your own. Like, and I feel like that's another thing to kind of consider as well, that like, if you have the ability to stay with your parents while you save up money and work or whatever, then take advantage of that, because when it comes down to it and you're out in the real world and you can't afford to do it in the end, it can really make it harder for you to do it later on in life because of debt and things like that. So that's one thing to consider. I know that it's not ideal a lot, but just keep that in mind. And if not, if you really do need to move out, then consider getting roommates. That can help a lot as far as getting the financial stability. Make sure you find people that you trust, that have rented in the past, so they know what it's like to live on their own before actually doing it all at once together, being first timers, because it can be really challenging and you don't really know until you try sometimes, and if you haven't and they haven't, it can be really messy stuff. Also keep in mind that it's not just rent unless your utilities are included. That's really nice because utilities can be an extra $200 to $500 a month, and if you have more people living with you, that'll be higher. That's something I experienced myself last year. My utilities were a lot higher with 4 other people living with me than with 1, that's for sure. So that can be a huge thing to consider as well. Also, another thing is location is very important. Location not only for how much it costs for them, but also for you for transportation. So an apartment in the city versus an apartment in the suburbs versus an apartment where no one really wants to live is going to be hundreds of dollars in a difference, even with the same amount of space. So keep in mind, like, am I willing to sacrifice a longer distance to school or work in order to get cheaper rent, and how much would that save me? Would it save me anything at all? And then transportation wise, am I willing to take the bus or walk or bike instead of having to worry about a car and gas? There's a lot of different things. Just make sure that you really think about it, because when you're in that situation, a lot of times leases, you can't get out of leases just like that. And if you can leave a lease, it requires you to pay like first and last month's rent. Another thing too with things is there's deposits, it's not just rent. There's a lot of different things. I can do a kind of more in-depth video on the basically break down everything that I'm mentioning, more in-depth kind of conversation about it, because I have experienced renting since I was 18. I moved a lot, you guys know that. So I've lived in like 3 different apartment complexes. I own a house, I rent out that house now, and I've rented a townhome as well with roommates. So I've kind of experienced a lot of different things. So I feel like I can be a pretty handy tool for you guys that are confused about what you want to do and what it really is all about. So let me know, because I would love to do that. Yeah. Next question is from Cassasian or C. Cassie and Marie. I'm so sorry if I butcher your guys' names. I'll include your user tags here so you can kind of see them, because you probably can't understand what I'm saying when I say it. But anyways, your question is, how many tattoos do you have? So oh my god, I forgot how many I have. I have 1, 2, I think I have 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have 6. But I wanted to do a video about kind of like my experience, the meanings behind the tattoos, why I got them, and my regrets, because I do have regrets, so I want to share that with you guys. I know, like, I keep saying I'll talk about it more in depth because I feel like this video could go on for literally an hour if I let it, so I would love to talk more about it in different videos. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really love doing these because I feel like I get to talk to you guys on a personal level. And yeah, don't forget to comment below with what videos you want to see me do, and subscribe for more videos, and also check out my Instagram at VivianV if you want to kind of see what's going on more in my daily life and my pictures and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.